Why is Lordstown Motors down so much in value?
So fun fact, I recorded this video yesterday before this piece of news came out in regards to Lordstown Motors and having the meeting on October 22nd in regards to the business combination. But everything still stands. I have lots of stuff to do today for you guys, so I can't record the whole video again, but I will address this in another video very soon. But anyway, that's just a little premise. Enjoy the video.
What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the hoodie to prove that fact. And today we're speaking about one of my favourite companies in the entire world. We're speaking about Lordstown Motor stock. So we are down about 30% from our all-time highs that were only hit not even 3 weeks ago. What is the reasoning behind this? We're going to speak about that in today's video, okay? But the first thing I want to say is it's not Lordstown Motors' fault in my personal opinion. I still think that they're doing absolutely fantastically. I am delighted with how the company is performing, and they're not even public yet. We're currently at $21 a share. When they were $17 a share, I made a video calling them the most undervalued electric vehicle stock that is out there. So I think I should go without saying that at these prices, I am very happy. Especially when I tell you that last week I bought more in the 24s. So I want to get that out there from the start. Fundamentals haven't changed. We're still the exact same company we were when we all were loving investing at 17, 20, 25. It's just been a series of unfortunate events that have been completely and utterly outside of Lordstown Motors' control. And I think pretty much the entire market and a lot of EV stocks in particular are feeling the effects. So we're going to speak about it today. We're going to speak about whether or not I still believe it is a good buy, whether it's undervalued, it's a good long-term investment. We'll speak about the primary reasons I believe it is going down in value and when I think that may stop, and am I buying more? So right before we get into the video, my friend, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? It really helps me out. I would appreciate you so much. If you're new around here, what are you waiting for, my friend? Hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs. We're only a few hundred away from 45,000. And please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Lordstown Motors if you're invested. With that being said, my friend, into the video. So first things first, we'll take a look at the entirety of this stock's history. 31st of July, we got announced. So we closed our first day of trading up about 21%. And I actually did buy this company the day it went public at $11.80 a share. So I have quite literally been in these guys from day one. I had already done so much research into them before I even knew that they were going public because of Workhorse. So this has been a company I have literally been excited about before we even knew they were going public. I'll put it that way. So I got in there. I built my position up over the last couple of months. Now my position still isn't quite where I'd like it to be. I have 210 shares and I really would like to get up to at least 300. So you bet that at these current prices I am heavily considering investing more. But why is this happening? I mean, they're doing fantastically from what we can see. Why have we gone down in value so much? I mean, if I do show you from the peaks, we're down over 30%, my friends. There's a couple of main reasons. I think it's fair to say that a lot of the SPACs, the EV SPACs in particular, have been hit hard pretty much over the last 2 weeks, even the last week in particular. Hyliion is one that everybody's going to think of. They're actually down 45% in a similar time frame to Lordstown Motors, actually in a much faster time frame. Then we have Workhorse, and you can see that a lot of these companies have a very similar stock chart. We were up, we crashed, we were up, and we're going back down. Lordstown Motors, we were up, we crashed, we were going up, and we've come back down. Hyliion, we were up, we were down, we were back up, and now we're back down. I mean, even Tesla to an extent, not quite as much, but we were up, we were down, we were up, we were down, we were up, we're back down. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of EV stocks are moving the exact same way, which would show you that it's not necessarily the company that's making these moves happen. It more so is the investors. News doesn't move these companies very much anymore. It is literally just whatever way the momentum decides it wants to go, which isn't how the market should work, but as of right now, that is how it's working. So I think the first thing that caused mass panic and massive sell-offs all across the market was when Trump, went onto Twitter and announced that he had told his representatives to halt negotiations with congressional Democrats for a new stimulus package until after the election. I mean, that's terrible, and it would be terrible for the stock market in the short term. Absolutely terrible. I don't think you can stress that enough, and that's why that really sharp sell-off happened literally within 10 minutes. But now Trump's come back out and urged Democratic lawmakers to cast targeted financial lifelines to flatlining US business and foundering American households as the country's recovery appears to shift into low gear. So I think that's the first reason for the sell-off, and I think that's why we see all of these stock charts doing quite similar things. They all follow a pattern of up, down, up, down. Some of them are down more than others, hyliion for example, but there is more than just Trump here. Obviously there are people who bought really high and see a crash happening, their stop losses being triggered, etc, etc. And then with Lordstown Motors, it's similar story. This initial sell-off was largely because of Tesla's battery day, and it was underwhelming to a lot of people, and that caused a broader EV market sell-off. We started to recover very, very quickly, and now all of this comes to fruition. So first things first, I don't think it's Lordstown Motors' fault whatsoever. I want to make that very clear from the start. I still love these guys. As far as value goes in the stock market right now, particularly with EV stocks, they still more than likely are my absolute favourite. They beat Workhorse, they beat Tesla, they beat hyliion. And remember guys, I know these are growth stocks, and I know a lot of people are short in these. I know there's a lot of swing traders. Everything I say is from the eyes of a long-term investor. It's always really important to keep that in mind. If you're watching this as somebody who wants to swing this, get up to 35 and sell, what I'm saying may not apply to you. I'm not saying this is going to hit all-time highs within 2 weeks or a month or even 2 months. What I'm saying is, from a long-term projection, let's speak at least 5 years down the line, I think they are primed for immense growth, and I think we're at absolutely fantastic value. Now, if you want to go to shorter time frames, I don't know what to tell you. I can't time the market, and nobody else in the whole world can. If you're going to come to me for options, that's nothing to do with me. I don't play options. Something like Trump sending out a tweet can destroy every one of your call options, no matter how good a company is doing. So do just remember, everything I'm saying is from the perspective of a long-term investor. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably saw this video here. I interviewed the CEO of Lordstown Motors, Steve Barnes. A lot of you guys will know who this is. He's also the founder and former CEO of Workhorse. So much juicy information in this video right here, and I know a lot of you guys will have seen that, but I also see a lot of the people who would have seen this panicking right now. Go back and watch that video again. It will fill you with confidence from the mouth of the CEO, not me, not somebody else on YouTube, not somebody writing an article on Seeking Alpha or the Motley Fool, from the CEO himself. I really do think the biggest thing that has to be remembered right now, okay, is we have over 40,000 pre-orders. That equates to over $2 billion worth of existing pre-orders. Now I know pre-orders aren't guaranteed, and they can fall through. These are predominantly from fleets, with an average order volume of 300 vehicles. And again, I spoke with Steve Barnes about this, because the initial number we knew was 27,000, then it went up to 40,000. I asked if he could confirm the fact that these are still predominantly coming from fleets, and he said yes. Now of course there are people commercially ordering these vehicles, the likes of you or me, that's still a possibility, but fleets are our target. And I still fully expect that by the end of the year, Lordstown Motors could easily have a potential of 60,000 pre-orders. Because again, what we spoke about in that interview is they're now going around the entire country showing off this vehicle, their full working prototype. And it doesn't just roll down hills either. So I do think that by the end of this year, it's going to be in an incredible position. And it is also worth noting, it's not publicly traded yet. It's still trading under the SPAC, Dphc, Diamond Peak Holdings. We don't know when the merger is happening, but we do know that it's in the last quarter of this year. So genuinely, within a couple of months, this company will be publicly traded. Now, again, I'm a long-term investor, so it doesn't even really matter when that happens. It depends what the general market sentiment is at the time, if it's going to go up or if it's going to stay sideways or if it's even going to go down. I think hyliion showed us that a merger does not necessarily mean you're about to make a lot of money. It's already definitive. It's already happening. Why would it? That's the first thing to remember. I mean, we have so many pre-orders, people, it's insane. 40,000 pre-orders with the potential, in my opinion, to be at 60,000 before the end of the year. I mean, we have enough pre-orders, okay, to get us through until some stage of 2023. We also will hopefully have first to market advantage. We'll be the first ones selling these pickup trucks on the market. They'll be before Rivian, Nikola, Tesla, whoever else you want to think of. And that will be absolutely massive. That's what's put Tesla so far ahead in their market. And I mean, look at literally anybody out there. Generally, the first to market will perform very well. It doesn't matter if it's EV or if it's a different industry altogether. We also saw them recently at the White House with Trump. Despite the fact Trump had Roni, I hope everybody on the Lordstown team is okay. But it's quite cool to see, especially seeing this from Trump, who hasn't necessarily been the biggest endorser of electric vehicles in the world. So it's cool to see this, and it's cool to see them getting his support. Now it's obvious to see why. It's because he wants Ohio, and they're going to bring a whole lot of jobs to Ohio. But still, something like this is fantastic to see. So why is Lordstown Motors crashing? Well, I mean, why is the broader market crashing? You don't need a very specific answer every time a stock goes down, my friends. Especially not if you're a long-term investor. I mean, if you hold these guys for 5 years, are you going to remember this week? Are you going to remember the 30% dip? Odds are, you're probably not. I brought this image up in yesterday's video. I know some of you guys literally did set it as the screensaver to your phone, computer, whatever. But look at this. In regards to Amazon, okay? They have declined 10% on 29 separate occasions. 20% 14 times. 30% 8. 40% 5 times, 50% 4 times, and 90% once since their IPO, and they're up 150 plus 1000%. Volatility is normal, especially if you're investing in a growth stock, especially if you're investing in a SPAC. I mean, what do you expect, my friends? 30% moves are going to be normal. 50% moves at times are going to be normal and are to be expected. But if you're a long-term investor, that's just part of the process. Stocks don't only go up, they go down, despite what a lot of people like to say. That's where I stand on Lordstown Motors, guys. I really don't know what else to say. They're the exact same company they were a few weeks ago when they were at 31.40 a share. In fact, they're in a better position. Each day and each week that passes brings us closer to the merger. As the merger happens, they're going to start releasing more news, more press. I think they've done a good job in general of staying relatively active on social media, and the fact that they did the interview on my channel as well shows me that, you know, they know they have to reach us retail investors. They want to get the word out there, and I'm sure I'll get them on again. But I do like seeing this. They're active on their Twitter, they're active on their Instagram, they're working with the community like me. I love to see that from a growth stock. But I mean, guys, if we have 40,000 pre-orders and a truck costs $52,500 before government grants, etc., that equates to a whole lot of revenue over the next 3 to 4 years, and we are set in such a beautiful position long term. I'm not happy investing in much right now, okay? The market's so uncertain. I don't think I'll be happy investing until after elections, big amounts at least. I can say with confidence, from a long-term perspective, Lordstown Motors at these prices, I still absolutely love to pieces. More so than pretty much anything I see in the market right now. I'm not saying Lordstown can't go to $14, $15, $16. Of course it can. The thing is, I won't care if it does. I won't care if I'm in the red for a while. I'll buy more, baby. That's the beauty of long-term investing. Again, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I have the hoodie to prove it. I am not telling you to buy this company. You could be a different kind of investor than me. You may not have the stomach if it does dip another 30%. I know I'm going to be fine no matter what happens here. But that's Lordstown, baby. So my friend, if you have watched this video all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here. Your support means the world to me, and watching this video till the end helps me out so much, so thank you for being here. If you did enjoy, could I please ask you to hit that like button, drop me a comment and subscribe. All of those things are free and again help me out so much. And again, please do just remember, I'm a long-term investor. You know, even though I am investing in somewhat speculative, high-risk, early-stage growth stocks, doesn't mean that I'm looking for a quick 50 to 100% profit. You know, I'm not a swing trader. I could have already gotten out of Lordstown Motors with over 150% of profit, and I could well go red with them due to dollar cost averaging, and I am fine with that. It just is important to keep that in mind when you're watching anybody on YouTube. Their investment style and their investment goals may be different to yours, so take everything that everybody says with a pinch of salt, and as I like to say, form your own thoughts and opinions, and then you can't go too wrong. And also, guys, if you are interested, please hit the first link in my description. You can sign up to become a Patreon. You'll get full access to my private Discord, and in there you'll get access to my buy and sell alerts, you know, new stocks to watch. We talk about stocks all day long. We have specific channels for Lordstown Motors, Workhorse, everything you can think of that we speak about on this channel. SPAC stocks, we have memes, value, growth, we have everything. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for another video later on. Peace.